If you clicked on this video, you most likely want to become a full-time content creator, but as much as you want to become a full-time content creator, you just don't know how to make it a reality. So that's why in this video, I want to help you by sharing 5 lessons that I've learned to help you set yourself apart and grow a strong personal brand. So lesson number 1 is you gotta become an expert. If you want to build a strong personal brand, whether that's on YouTube or Instagram, you want to make sure that you're providing your audience with value. Now, providing value for your audience can look different for different people. For some, maybe you're providing value by entertaining your audience. Bringing a smile and some laughter to their day is providing value. For others, it might be that their content provides that motivational and inspirational factor to help people get off the couch and make their dreams come true. Or maybe you're like me and you want to provide content that's educational to help people learn and grow so that they can practically make their future happen. So in order to provide value for your audience, you want to be making sure that you're hitting one of those 3 areas, either entertainment, motivation, inspiration, or education. And now that we live in the days of ChatGPT and AI, we actually have to become an expert in one of those areas. It's just not enough anymore to get that generic surface level experience or information because anyone can get that through ChatGPT or AI. For example, if someone wanted to be a pretty decent comedian, they could probably pretty easily write into ChatGPT, hey, I'm a comedian for this audience type, write me 5 different sketches, and voila, in seconds, you have your own sketch comedian show. Or if someone wanted to be motivational, they could write into ChatGPT, say, I'm a motivational coach, give me 10 different inspirational thoughts or ideas for me to share in a short form video content. And in seconds, it's gonna spit out all these different motivational thoughts and ideas that you could share with your audience. Or if you're like me, you could write into ChatGPT, hey, I'm a photographer, filmmaker, making content for beginner content creators. Give me 10 different tutorial ideas for a short form video or 5 long form videos. And it's gonna spit out ideas in seconds. You're probably getting my point by now. AI has become so efficient that everyone has access to the surface level content. So that's why in order to really stand out, you gotta do 2 things. The first is become an expert in your area. You gotta bring that unique expertise that only you could bring because of all the things that you've gone through, whether the successes and failures that you've had. And it also means you gotta be hungry to keep learning. Trying new things, failing forwards, which means failing a whole lot, but getting back up and learning from them, because ultimately that's how you're gonna become an expert of your area, through a whole lot of trial and error. And the second thing that you gotta do, which is actually lesson number 2, is that you gotta set yourself apart. But how do you actually do that? You can set yourself apart by showing your unique personality, your interests, and your thoughts. Back in the days of the vlogging era, creators like Casey Neistat would literally every single day create a vlog that would be anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, and most people would watch them every single day. That means that Casey and his audience were interacting anywhere from 70 minutes to 105 minutes every single week just because he was posting daily. And that's a lot of time that the audience is feeling like they're connecting and getting to know Casey. It's no wonder we all feel like we know him and connect with him. But now in this Mr. Beast era, not only are creators posting a lot less, but as well, the videos are so refined that all that extra fluff has been taken out, which is exactly the stuff that allows us to connect with creators. Before maybe you would show that random clip of you walking your dog, whereas now you just cut it out. But if you would add that clip, even if it's not the A story of your video, but it's kind of a B story, it creates a moment where someone's like, hey, he likes dogs, I love dogs, I have a dog too. And it's a moment to connect with the person you're watching. The extra stuff that we can often think is unnecessary to include in the video is the exact stuff that allows you to show off your unique personality, your interests, and sharing your own thoughts. When you do that, people feel more connected to you, they feel like they're getting to know you, and there's much more of an engagement going on. So if you want to really set yourself apart from all the other creators, make sure that your content is not only providing value, but as well that you're sharing your unique personality, your interests, and your thoughts. So don't fall for that Mr. Beast type content where you feel like there's no room to add those extra moments. Because when you purposely leave them in your videos, that's exactly what's gonna set you apart as a creator. Before we jump into lesson number 3, I just have some exciting news that I can't help but not share with you guys, because I want one of you guys to experience this life-changing opportunity. Artlist, the sponsor of this episode and a long-term partner of my channel, is going to be hosting their annual 100K fund, a unique grant that offers one creator $100,000. That's right, $100,000 to make their ambitious dream become a reality. Last year, the winners had the opportunity to film the Northern Lights from space, which is just insane. Now I know if you're like me and you're maybe a little bit of a pessimist, you might think right away, well, I'm not gonna win. There's no point in me joining the contest. But what if instead, if you actually just took some time, dreamed up your most audacious dream idea, and took some time to create a video about it and posted it, and you did win? That could be literally life-changing. So really, don't let this opportunity pass by. When you do join the contest, make sure you meticulously follow these instructions, because I wouldn't want you to miss out on $100,000 because you spelled the hashtag wrong or you didn't tag Artlist. So I'm gonna spell it out loud and clear. In order for you to join this contest and be eligible to win $100,000, this is what you need to do. Post a video on your socials sharing your $100,000 idea, and as well tag artlist.io and use the hashtag Artlist100K fund. And then let's hope that your idea is the best idea, because that means you're gonna win $100,000. Just thinking about that makes me so excited, because one of you could actually be the winner. Lesson number 3, it's a marathon. If you want to become a full-time content creator, it's not a 100-meter dash, it's a marathon. You want to find a sustainable way that week in and week out, you can create content that provides value. Because there's no point in hustling really hard, working insane hours to just burn out. You want to find that sustainable way to create content and provide value for your audience so that you can connect with them for the long run. There's so many creators out there that work really hard, pop off really quickly, and then disappear just as quick. But then you have those creators like MKBHD who've already been around for 15 years and they're still creating content consistently. Those are the people who have stuck through, continue to provide value, and just look how strong of a connection they have now with their audience. There are people who have literally spent days, if not months, watching his content, so you can only imagine how strong of a connection he's been able to build with them. I often share this quote that the future belongs to those who stick around. And the quote doesn't go that the future belongs to the most talented, it says the future belongs to those who stick around. The reason why guys like MKBHD are at the top of the tech space is that they just never gave up and continued to make great content for their audience. All that to say, it's so important that you figure out a way to become a full-time content creator in a sustainable way. This is something I often talk about in my own personal workshop called Creator Autonomy, which is a live cohort-based workshop where we gather a whole bunch of creators together and I teach them everything I've learned on my journey so far on how to build a strong personal brand. So if you're interested in becoming a full-time content creator and building your own personal brand, I'd highly recommend joining the next round of Creator Autonomy, which is gonna happen in January, and enrollment is gonna open up in November. If you wanna join the wait list, you can click the link in the description. You'll be first to hear about enrollment because there's gonna be limited spots, so you wanna make sure you grab them first. Every time it's been pretty much sold out, so you wanna make sure that you grab your spot. Lesson number 4 is you gotta focus on building community and engaging with your audience. In 2025, it's not gonna be enough just to put out content out there. Of course, by consistently putting out good, high quality content that provides value, you're gonna reach new people. But if you want a strong personal brand, you don't want just casual followers. Instead, you want an engaged community that really interacts with you and your channel. So in 2025, prioritize ways that you can connect with your community. That might look like doing a monthly live stream call where you can talk face-to-face with your audience and have opportunities to have Q&A. Or maybe it looks like sitting down each week and spending 1 full hour really intentionally and purposefully answering each comment that you get, rather than just putting an emoji on everyone's comments, which I'm often guilty of. Imagine that you actually took this time to really write down a meaningful response. Just think of how your followers would feel when it's like, wow, Teppo actually took the time to really read my comment and give a meaningful answer. Or maybe it's going all out and hosting a in-person meetup. Just imagine the feeling of being able to put a face to that Instagram handle that's been following you for many years. Instantly, there's just a much stronger connection and bond with those followers. So if you want to become a full-time content creator and build a strong personal brand in 2025, It's not enough just to put out great content. You also want to engage with your audience and build a strong community. The last lesson, lesson number 5, which is probably going to be the most important, you want to make sure that you're authentic and trustworthy. With increasing competition in this space, authenticity is always going to be your greatest asset as a creator. People in 2025 are going to be much more likely to follow you and support you because they feel like they can trust you and that you're genuine. Now, some ways to be authentic and create trust can look like sharing your ups and downs. Rather than just showing all of the highlight moments on your channel, share as well the down moments, because that's always an opportunity for you to be genuine and honest and share with your audience and create that connection. It's okay to show when you mess up or make a mistake and show your audience that you're just a human too. As well, you can be intentional about filming the behind the scenes, really inviting your audience to come along with you on the journey of your creative process and really just create that connection with your audience. And last, be clear and upfront about your sponsored content. One of the worst ways to destroy your authenticity and the trust with your audience is not being clear about sponsored content. Your audience understands that you need to get paid for the great content that you're creating for them to enjoy for free. So it's okay to have sponsored content, but you just gotta be really clear about it. There's nothing worse than making a video about a certain product or service without telling the audience that it is sponsored, because then they just can't trust you anymore. So when it comes to all the financial things, as a creator, I feel like the more transparent and the honest you are, the more upfront you are to the audience, then it's okay, they don't mind. Just like in this video, I mentioned that this video is sponsored by Artlist. Artlist has been a long-term partner of this channel, and I've always been very transparent about that. These are just some practical examples of how you can be authentic and create that trust with your audience, but there's obviously many other ways to do that. I just want to get the wheels turning in your brain of how you could do that better for your channel. Anyways, I'd love to hear which lesson resonated with you most and which lesson are you going to put into practice in order to become a full-time content creator in 2025. So excited for you guys and can't wait to see it become a reality.